And obviously it has been an uphill climb to try to fill the big expectations that this team had.
Yeah, but keep in mind they're still with 21-9 coming into tonight, 14-6 in their conference. So
it's a testament to this.
Whether or not they can chip into this lead is another question, but their effort will be there. This program, the culture of this program doesn't know how to do it any other way.
This is McKinney on the curl and hits.
And he's showing some real quickness and control at the same time tonight with his game. They'll just continue to look at the turnovers for North Carolina. They have 10 total. I think they had 6 in the first 5 minutes of this game, so they've really...
Rebound and a putback. James Brown going to get his name on the final box score here in Dayton. And that's McKinney at the other end.
Beard and his staff are thinking about as they start to make preparations. Boy, look at Trimble up and under. What a matchup that's going to be, Jim, between those two teams in Milwaukee on Thursday. McKinney, and that's good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what he's thinking. I think
Boise State has a chance to make school history for them, getting to their 4th NCAA tournament in a row.
Boyd on the baseline. So hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. Coaches tell you that all the time. And a drive and score. Bird has the loose ball. Cut. Coleman Jones misses the dunk. Scramble for it. Bird saves it. McKinney down the lane. Fouled. Bucket. What a...
San Diego State has guys that can knock down shots, but never really found that consistency, especially over the last couple of years. But it hasn't mattered. Their greatness has seeped through anyway. You just need guys to hit timely shots.
McKinney counts, and he's going to get an and one playing with right now. You can see it. Over the course of this season, it has been an unbelievable upgrade as Sanders misses.
I'm a big fan of this young man, Taj DeGorville, top 150 player in the country in his class. He can really create. He's got that big, strong body that fits what Brian Dutcher does so well here at San Diego State. He's going to be one of the good ones in an Aztec uniform.
McKinney flies to the hoop and scores. It's a game on the season, actually just under, but he's averaging 8 a game over the last 7. Already has a couple of buckets in this one. McKinney just got to the hoop, now knocks it down for...
Hicks fires front rim. Bedford tips the rebound, but it's gobbled up by the guard, B.J. Davis, for the Aztecs. Wayne McKinney III gets them all from deep.
Rebounding numbers around by himself.
Yeah, no, he's stepping up big time for the Aztecs.
Halfway through what is already a wild second half. McKinney off the curl. McKinney floats. Bird by...
Hard screen. You see him a little bit when Nelly Jr. Joseph needs a blow or gets into some foul trouble, and that time the illegal pick turned it over. This is Boyd. Wayne McKinney trying to get something going. Buried the mid-range too.
Hands from San Diego State. And now under a minute left here in the first half. McKinney trying to initiate this offense. No movement at all for San Diego State. Excuse me, Jordan. Oh, you're fine. No high post touches. Whips a pass. 3 to shoot. McKinney the floater.
Transition right there. It was just a great recognition and awareness from McKinney to come over, as Bird did right there on the weak side.
Another steal for the Aztecs. Boyd dishes it off. McKinney, transition 3. Count it.
Bringing it within 10 at some point in the second half.
To your point, 1 for 9 from 3. 9 for 18 from the field for 2. So they're having good success with their 2-point shots, just not settling for those long 3-point attempts. So Collins goes to the line, laces 2 free throws, and now the opportunity for San Diego State to respond. McKinney, who gets the second half start, darts to the lane and finishes with the left.
A1 first class coaches, and you can see right now they're down, but they're still up coaching. their team is still giving effort. I mean, it's just an unbelievable way to represent your coach, you know, in the midst of adversity.
McKinney steps into the triple, knocks it down. Break opportunity. Here's Tremble. Can't find the angle. Weaver can't clean it up. And now numbers for the Aztecs. 4-on-2. DeGorville thought about it. He'll slow it down. The three from McKinney starting to. The shooting jerseys, not a single wrinkle in them. Uniforms, spotless and white. The PSI of all the basketballs is right on point.
We need a new player of the game. Can we get that, please?
We need a student manager of the game. Listen, they play their own games now. There is a student manager basketball tournament towards the end of the season, and I have no idea what the stats are for the San Diego State student manager basketball team, but they are well taken care of. McKinney, shot clock winding down, 2 to shoot, fading away, fires, cashes in.
But Miles Bird has to be that guy to make an impact in this game.
Quite honestly, both these teams kind of fuel their offense with their defense. McKinney driving. The Coronado native hits. NC State is not in. Utah State, by the way, is an 8 seed. New Mexico a 9. And Jerry has San Diego State at 11. It's all coming up at halftime. Wayne McKinney's in. That little guy position buckets for Boise State. They haven't been able to get up and down the floor at all. And it doesn't feel like they have enough weapons in the half court to get continual scoring. That's a three. Environment down like this, you just can't throw away. McKinney.
Half to get right back in it. Looking for their first lead. DeGorville. Kind of caught the underside of the backboard. To the corner. McKinney! San Diego.
The best wings, not just in the Mountain West, but in the country.
This is Bird. Coleman Jones may have walked. Shot clock is down.
Some serious ball pressure by the Rams here on San Diego State.
McKinney falling away. That's his game.
Yeah.
He has. Boyd's on him. Forces the pass. Boyd has the loose ball.
Back-to-back turnovers from Nate Clifford.
McKinney, a rare three, hits it, and the drought.
Now they've extended it back to 16. A little over 12 minutes to go. San Diego State near the top of the standings in the Mountain West. San Jose State near the bottom.
Coleman gets in the paint. Coleman bumped on the way up. Guath runs it down. Another stop by the Aztecs. McKinney all the way to the rim. And
that went to zero, and you saw the red. The ball was still in his hands.
Doesn't get any closer than that, though, Chris.
Close call. Goes against Air Force. Still down by 5. McKinney, floater, jets it over.
He's such a great passer. He's one of the best passers in Conference USA last season at Middle Tennessee.
McKinney, second chance.
State is very young. They're one of the youngest teams in the Mountain West besides Air Force. And so it takes time, and you've got a player like Guath who has to step up quickly, more than expected.
Guath on the bench. Heidi is in. He's an offensive rebound extraordinaire. See him fighting there. Doesn't need to. Ball.
Of his buckets have been tough and contested.
And there is Heidi on the offensive glass, right on cue. McKinney again. Yes, sir. San Diego State has won 10 games in a row against Air Force. This 11th will be a fight. Air Force leads it by 1. 0-7 in the Mountain West coming in. Against a San Diego State team coming in off a loss, which was at home to UNLV. McKinney, no, but the tip.
Got to catch it on the run.
DeGorville inbounds. McKinney, 2 seconds, all the way to the basket. Layup, around and down. Count it.
Every game he's played this year.
He's really coming into his own as of the last 6 games, 5 of those in double figures. There you see the changing of speeds from Evans. Last year, Nico Megvid loved his potential, but it was difficult to find him consistent minutes because they had such a good point guard in Isaiah Stevens.
Yeah, he was kind of the understudy. That's a nice, strong move. both sides here. You got Taj DeGorville, one of the freshmen off the bench for San Diego State. Man, he can get in. He's not real big.
Have told us that they had high hopes. He's just scratching the surface of what he could become. Game earlier this year against Fresno State, 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks. But they need him to figure out the consistent level of effort that's not. He just looks up with a smile on his face like some things you just can't control.
One shy of a career high, 21 for Bird. And this is the biggest lead of the game for San Diego State. McKinney, man, he gets
get another open look too. That doesn't happen often against this team of this caliber defensively. Brian, one of those guys though, understated. If they don't get back in this, he knows, turn the page. You got games coming up.
McKinney, double digits. This team has basically been unbeatable. As Washington, the sophomore, is done for the day. Up and under, McKinney twirling around and hits a little flick at the rim.
The big win at St. Mary's. Not many people go into Moraga and get road wins, and you could throw North Texas in there as well. But this is a different beast coming on the road in conference play, being the team that has been a monster in this. They converge. 3 defenders on Templin. Great awareness that he's got Mason Falsleb 45% from 3 right behind him, wide open.
Utah State still without any fast break points. One of the very best in the nation in that regard. McKinney for 3.
San Diego State is overlooked.
It's Coleman Jones.
San Diego State does a lot of really nice actions like that. They attack you on ball screens. They challenge so much with those block shots. So impressive.
McKinney from defense.
Understand what your weaknesses are, address those in practice, but this is one you might want to turn the page pretty quickly. Crowd very excited because number season is always a grind and tough. And then you add that travel, it's going to add a layer to it. So they're going to need to be smart about how they do that.
Final minute 20. San Diego State is going to improve to 8-2. By the way, not picked to finish 1 or 2 in the Mountain West for the first time in like a decade. Boise State was predicted.
A lot of discussion right now between Rick Croy, the 12th year head man at CBU, and the referees here tonight. Aztecs by a point. Davis straight on for Coleman Jones in the corner. Shot clock at 6. McKinney drives, gets to the rack, and finishes.
Robinson, high jump stop and runs right into Farrell Compton. Goodwet there as well. Right side, McKinney. Quiet no more.
What if a guy's struggling? So what if a guy's tired? He's got maybe 8 healthy bodies ready to play in this one.
5th straight game in double figures for Robinson. 6 out of 7. McKinney hit a 3 a moment ago, and now with a chance at a 3-point play. With the layup, good for Michael Robinson. For someone that's coached for 40 years, spent 21 of them at a high school level, but was a head coach at Pepperdine for a couple of seasons. Long time in the NBA, the Kings, the Sixers, the Nuggets. He got plenty of opportunities to coach at a very high level, but this was the job he wanted.
And no one put a body on anybody.
McKinney, 19-9, and there just has not been an answer from Fresno State for him. Ball gets ahead, and a three in the corner. Sure enough.
Again, this year, Steve Alford's got a great squad.
They got a couple of good wins. Nevada beat Washington.
At 6:10, there's a San Diego State breakaway. They get it back, and a finish at the rim by Wayne McKinney. And all of a sudden, Calvin said,
just for sake of argument, I saw enough.
Taking the refs.
Absolutely. Hey, this is the high knees referee. I will be backing Jeffrey Anderson, Pat Adams, and Randy Richardson all day. He's got to follow him.
Yes. We'll see why today.
What a pull-up. Wayne McKinney. Angel shot fake. Pass disrupted and stolen. B.J. Davis on the move with McKinney filling the lane. And a nice finish from Wayne.
Oregon missing a couple front ends of 2 shots allows them to still have a single-digit lead.
And they're keeping that foul on McKinney, so that's good news for the Aztecs, keeping their bigs out of foul trouble. Miles Heide up to screen. 6 minutes into our second half. San Diego State chip away. That'll help.
Silent, and then on the way back from that invitational, stopped back in San Diego, dropped off the San Diego State University team, and Creighton continued on their way back to Omaha. So little bonding on the plane as well between their tournament clashes.
What a fascinating connection. That was Pop Isaacs with his 8th point to tie the game. Wayne McKinney without Ashworth. Extra pass, perimeter. Freshman 3. Not this time. Jackson McAndrews off to a good start. McKinney cross town from San Diego to San Diego State, and he gives the largest lead built by either team. Isaacs to the rim. Man, it's been that kind of week going back to the loss against Nebraska for Kalkbrenner and his Jays. Expanding the advantage, Wayne McKinney.
And he's got 5 in this game.
Just such a unique knack for scoring. Braden Huff, left-handed post gives him a little bit of advantage, but he can score around the rim, and as you see there, step out beyond the three-point line, knock it down.
Dusty Stromer is in, along with Ben Gregg for the Bulldogs. That's a contested 3 from down the rebound. All points are from distance in this one. This is a Dan Dickow special.
I had the freedom to shoot it. I would shoot it as many times as I could, just like both squads are. They're definitely...
Oh, Dan Dickow! Away, McKinney kicks, Boyd's 3. Oh, nice tip. McKinney got it, scores it. Size.
Yeah, they both have an unbelievable feel for the game, a vision, a passing ability. They've both been very good to this Gonzaga program.
Where will the points come from right now for San Diego State? McKinney maybe. There's a 3.
In their league, they're a Division III member out of the SCIAC Conference. There's a long 3. That's off the side of the iron. Jared Coleman-Jones fighting with McGuire. Now McKinney the 3rd up ahead. 1-on-1. Into the lane. Gets around defenders and scores. Now for Henry Wilson, who drives and scoops and misses. And it's Pharaoh Compton who's checked in that comes away with the rebound. Aztecs by a dozen with the ball. McKinney steps into a 3. 15-0 Aztecs. Cyril Luna had 19 points in that victory for Occidental in their opener against Stanton and misses this short. Davis the rebound for the Aztecs. Quickly into the front court for Boyd. Now McKinney again, right wing 3. Another for Wayne McKinney. Luna's got the only points for the Tigers. Henry Wilson straight on. That's off the side of the rim for B.J. Davis. Ahead for McKinney. McKinney pulls up again. Why not? And hits again. Wayne McKinney. Next Monday night, again, San Diego State and Gonzaga. Zags a blowout win over Baylor in their opener, followed up with a win over Arizona State at home. As McKinney has Gorville has 14 points. He is one of 5 Aztecs in double figures, and he comes away with a steal and runs the floor and finds McKinney, who spins and finishes. Beautiful basketball.